Creating a safe area for your pet to enjoy the outdoors is an important part of pet ownership. The PetSafe Stay and Play wireless fence is designed to help you create a safe area for your pet to enjoy the outdoors, whether you're at home or away. Training your pet to understand their containment area is an important part of setting up your system. This video is designed to walk you through how to train your pet. It's very important that you be really consistent in your training, but also make it fun and be patient with your pet. You don't want them to be stressed at all through the training process. It's very important to read your training and operating guide before you get started. This way you'll know everything that's involved. Now let's get started. So this is Laura and her dog Ellie. They're going to be going through the wireless fence training today. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good. Now as you can see, Ellie has long fur, so we're using the longer contact points on her collar. If you need any help on installing these longer contact points, you should watch our video on setting your system up. Now it's really important that when you're training your pet, you do it in about 10 or 15 minute increments, because shorter sessions are better than longer sessions for your pet's retention and the overall training. Now Laura's also got some treats in her pocket for Ellie, so they're going to spend some time playing and they're going to have fun with it, so that Ellie's really excited about this. So you guys go play some.
Yeah, let's go, Ellie.
At any time during your training, if your dog starts to show signs of stress, such as their ears are laid back or they're tucking their tail, take a break. Consider adding more days to the training or having a few more sessions. Make sure to include lots of toys and treats and playtime so that it's more fun for your pet. We call the area of your yard the pet area, and the end of the containment area the boundary zone. So you'll hear us use these terms throughout this video. At this point, your system should already be completely set up. You should have your boundary flags marking the edge of your containment area. You'll want to set your flags up about every 10 feet. Now when you start your training, you want to begin with your receiver collar set to level 1, which is the tone only mode. So press the button in the center of your receiver collar and the light will flash once, letting you know it's on level 1. Now you'll want to put a separate collar and leash on your pet for this part of the training. Then spend some time walking around in the containment area with your pet on the leash and make it fun. With full control of your pet on a leash, walk to the flag. As your pet enters the static correction zone, the receiver collar will begin to beep. Allow your pet to stay in the static correction zone for about 2 seconds. Then gently pull him back into the pet area. Repeat this process until your dog resists going near the flag. Shoot to master about 3 to 4 flags per session. Ellie's doing really good. She's not going past the flag, so this is great. On day 1, just do about 3 training sessions, 10 to 15 minutes each. Great job, guys. Immediately praise and offer your pet a treat. So on training days 2 through 4, you'll want to advance your receiver collar to level 2. This is the level that has tone and the lowest level of static correction. Now all dogs are different, and some need a lower level of correction and others need higher. So begin on level 2 and test this with your dog. Advance 1 level at a time until you see your pet recognize the static correction. When you see it, that's the level you want to be on. As on day 1, with full control of your pet on a leash, walk to the flag. As your pet enters the static correction zone, the receiver collar will begin to beep, followed by a static correction. If your pet does not respond to the static correction, confirm that the receiver collar is fitting properly. If the receiver collar is fitting properly, but your pet didn't respond to the static correction, increase it by 1 level. When you see your pet get the static correction, lead them gently back into the pet area. Immediately praise and offer your pet a treat. Repeat this process at the same boundary flag until your pet resists going into the static correction zone. Now on days 5 through 8 of your training, you want to start introducing some distractions so that your pet understands that they're supposed to stay within the boundary area regardless of what distractions happen outside of that area. So with your pet on a leash, you'll want to start introducing some distractions, and you can do this through throwing a toy or a treat outside the boundary area. Now if your pet avoids the distraction like Ellie did, you want to give them praise and say, "Good dog." Now if your dog does go for the distractions, that's okay. Simply let them go for the distraction, let them get the static correction, and then lead them back into the safe area and give them praise. Keep doing this with the distractions until they avoid them altogether. Now on days 9 through 14, you can start to let your pet enjoy the pet area off leash. So spend some time in your yard just walking around. You can be preoccupied with other activities and just keep a close eye on your pet the whole time. As long as they're staying in the boundary zone, offer them lots of praise. After about 2 weeks of training, your pet is ready to run. but check in on your pet at regular intervals. After you're satisfied with your pet's training, remove every other boundary flag every 4 days until all flags are removed, but you may want to save them for future use. Now, you may have some instances once your system is all set up in which you want to take your pet outside of the pet area, and that's okay. But to do this, you want to just remove the receiver collar, and then you have a couple of options. You can either carry your pet outside of the area, or if your dog's a little big or you simply want them to walk, just put a leash on them and walk them out of the containment area. Now, they may be a little reluctant to leave, so just make sure that you give them a command like, "It's okay," or "Let's go," letting them know that this is the only instance in which it's okay for them to leave the area. Now, one final note. Don't allow your pet to wear their receiver collar for more than 12 hours in a 24-hour period of time. Just as humans can develop bed sores if they lay in one place for too long, the same thing can happen to your pet if they wear a collar that contains metal and it's too close to their skin for too long. So for your pet's health and comfort, every day remove your receiver collar, maybe at night before your pet's going to bed. We know you're going to love the freedom that the PetSafe Stay and Play wireless fence gives you and your pet. Now, if you have any questions after you've read your manual and watched this video, contact the PetSafe Customer Care Center.